represents, what her dance represents, what it signifies, and each and everything. So we are going to turn the mic over to Katrina Fisher. Let's give her a big warm welcome here.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Katrina Fisher. First off, I don't want to get your hopes up. I'm far from being a professional, but this is a really, really good style of dance, and it's good feeling. It's a good feeling style of dance, and it has meaning, so on and so forth. But first, I wanted to touch base on something because I'm here in another kind of capacity as well. I have the Plains Teepee encampment in the back. I have to count my moves. But anyway, I'm Plains Cree from Saskatchewan, Canada, from Fort Qu'Appelle, and I live up by Ontario right now. And the teepee encampment is a love of mine because it represents the strength, the survival of Indigenous women, and from the prairie provinces. Every time you see, and not only the prairie provinces, anytime you see a teepee, those were the nomadic Indians that followed the buffalo. The buffalo was their source of life, their source of food, their source of everything. And so, because not all Indians lived in teepees, only the ones that followed the buffalo. There's meaning behind those lodges, and that's what I kind of wanted to talk about, was the structure itself. They're put up in 15 minutes, taken down in 15 minutes. I've seen my daughters take those teepees down in 7 minutes flat if I told them that I was going to take them out to eat after. And so there's a way they go up and a way they go down. Each pole has representation to it. It starts off as a tripod with 3 poles on the ground, and there's a rope tied around at a certain point on those 3 poles. And then I would take and it's a long rope, and I would take that rope and put my foot against the end of those poles and hoist up, and then spread those poles apart, and it means unity. Each one of those poles that I put over top that tripod has meaning: prayer, forgiveness, thankfulness. There's even a pole there that means childbearing. Okay? And so remember that long rope, that after I have all those poles on there, I'm going to walk around that lodge, and I'm going to snap and make it tight. And then I'm going to continue to walk around, snap, make it tight. And then I'm going to pull down once I figure that it's strong enough. And once that's tied down, it means family. When you exit and you enter, only good feelings when you come in and you go out. The next pole is your lift pole, and that's the one where the lodge itself is put on. And so the lodge is on that pole, you put it in the back, and you unwrap your home, and you put dowels in it, and there's your covering. The next 2 poles are your flap poles. Very, very important poles, because they're the ones when you have your fire inside of your lodge that you move those poles according to the wind direction, and the smoke from that fire should go between the ozone and the outer part of the lodge and right out that hole. If it rains, you're going to want to close it or adjust it, and no rain will get in there. You close it right off around that crow's nest, and no water will get in. In the wintertime, you're going to pack snow halfway around it for insulation. Now, the original teepee was made out of buffalo hide, of course, and they were shorter in stature because those buffalo hides were heavy. Only certain members, only certain women were allowed to tan and scrape and sew those teepees together. And then at the end of that, there would be a huge feast to celebrate the new homes. So that's just a little bit about a knowledge. And then, of course, with the slaughter of the buffalo, and our homes being destroyed because there were no more buffalo, we switched over to canvas, and we got that through the Hudson Bay Company. So there's just a little bit of information about the teepee and the encampment. So if you get a chance, come over there, because I really enjoy talking about history and the strength of women. Women are the backbone of our families. They carry on the name and the bloodline. And we're taught that, you know, we don't stand behind our man, we don't stand in front of our man, we stand beside our man and being that support system. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to tell you about the teepees is that it was the woman's job to set it up, tear it down, load it, pack it. But a lot of people and history, TV has misconstrued the meaning of that. And it's women that owned those lodges and everything within it. Our men, they were the protectors. They are the protectors. And they're the providers and the hunters. And so everybody knew their role. Everybody got along. I'm on the schedule for 15 minutes. I talked a lot of that because my hoop dance goes really fast. There's so many great hoop dancers out there. I'm an old girl now, and actually this door has closed for me. Back in the day, I loved to hoop dance, and every year in Phoenix, Arizona, there's a hoop dance championship where hoop dancers come from all over to try and gain world title, from tiny tots all the way to golden age. And I had the honor of going there. I was there in my late 20s, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, I was in the best shape ever, and I had a really cocky attitude, and I thought, I'm going to go and I'm going to dance, and you know, I'm going to bring back this and bring back that. I went there and I got blown out of the water by a man who was 70 years old, and he had 5 hoops. So it just goes to show you that attitude and right mind thinking, and that there's always somebody better, and it's always good to be humble, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to present this hoop dance to you. I don't know what's going to happen. Enjoy it. Enjoy your day. I won't see you guys ever again in my life. Have a good life, people.